Some time ago, I just had a few seconds here where there was a sudden joy, and it was so great that even the air felt it was golden.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, there was no insight. It actually happened another time when I got those CDs.
Mm-hmm.
Put them down the box you sent me, put down the bed,
Mm-hmm.
up, and it was just this delight,
Mm-hmm.
pleasure. Anyhow, it was the same thing. The air kind of went golden, but there was no wisdom, no insight of any sort about whatever, just joy. And I was wondering.
The joy is the wisdom, is the knowing, because there's no one. You see, when there is joy, you are. You're not this or that. You're not an ego. You're not a person per se.
Mm-hmm.
You are,
yeah.
right? And so when there is joy, you are. No thought. At that moment, there is wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
At that moment, you'll never hurt anybody. At that moment, you won't get revenge. At that moment, you don't judge anyone. At that moment, you won't do anything that is harmful or violent. At that moment of joy, that's the wisdom. Wisdom is not knowing something, words from a book, or words that you've heard Burt speak. They're not words. Knowing is. Is. You see? That's the real knowing, not knowing something. It is the knowing of nothingness, of emptiness, of open receptivity to the beloved. It's an open heart, you see. And that's what love is. Thank you, Peter. That was beautiful. Yeah. And when you feel that coming to you, when you feel that moment, yeah, the ego says, oh, but it doesn't give me any wisdom. It doesn't give, as if we need to attain something, as if we need to, you know what I mean? No. It is innocent. It is empty of everything because it is full of everything. See the duality there? Yeah. And in that innocence, in that unknowing, in that acceptance, then there is the wisdom.
I wonder about the unconscious instinct for survival.
That's unconscious, yeah. Even that you're not doing. Yeah. That will always be there. But once you understand it, it becomes nullified and exchanged, you see? Into surviving into who you are. So everything is... See, in the beginning, we have the instinct of survival. It's very, very strong, and we'll do anything to survive. Once we begin to understand it, and who is giving us the instinct? It is the beloved that gave us the instinct. You see? But who is it that survives? Who is it that exists? And then you begin to see it's much greater than I thought it is. I used to think Burt survives, but who is Burt? You see? And then I begin to see it's just a name given to a form, and the form keeps changing throughout the years. So, but who exists is existence. And then all of a sudden there's an expansion. I'm no longer contracted and small and me. It expands. And in that expansion, I don't have to know anything. I am love. I am peace. I am compassion. It's qualityless. It has no quality. And the knowledge has no longer words. It just is. The words that you hear speaking here are about nothing, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm talking a lot as if I know a lot. But I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about the moment that has no opposite. I'm talking about a beloved that sees no opposite to it. You see, so there's no fighting, there's no struggle, there's no contraction, there's no resistance. There's nothing. You see? And within that nothing is fulfillment. Have you ever... The only way I can give that experience that Peter just mentioned, that joy, is that there's a moment when you love someone so completely you forget yourself. And in that moment there's perfection. You see, because there's no opposite. There's no opposite to it. When there's no opposite, there's perfection. But even if so seemingly imperfection exists, even that melts into the perfection. Because the two become one. Again, just like Jerry said, you know, when you take it in, it becomes one experience. And when it becomes one experience, there is no experience there. Just experience. You see? And that's the beloved. That experience is the beloved. Now that experience has no suffering in it. Has no worries, has no concerns, has no nothing. It's just, this is forever, this is eternal. This is it.